Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Brandon for VPNFTW, and today we're going to be comparing three popular VPN services: Private Internet Access versus Torguard versus AirVPN. Now, before we go and hop right into this comparison, I just want to let you guys know that we're going to be taking a look at some of the features that we believe matters, and none of this VPN advertising or affiliate BS. So let's go ahead and hop right into it, guys. Now, starting with the privacy of these companies. Now, are these companies taking privacy seriously, or are they logging our data? Now, starting with Private Internet Access. Now, according to Private Internet Access's privacy policy, PrivateInternetAccess.com does not collect or log any traffic or use of its VPN or proxy. And that is absolutely perfect. Now that means that Private Internet Access is not keeping any traffic logs on us. Now moving on to Torguard. Now according to Torguard's privacy policy, Torguard.net does not store or log any traffic or usage from its virtual private network or proxy. Again, that is perfect. That means that Torguard is not keeping any kind of logs. Now moving on to AirVPN. Now AirVPN doesn't offer too much in their privacy policy, but they do mention no monitoring nor logging of your online activities. So that is absolutely perfect. That means that all three of these VPNs right here are taking our privacy seriously, and they're not monitoring or logging any of our data. Now moving on to encryption. Now these VPNs taking security seriously and using up-to-date encryption methods. Now if you guys aren't too familiar with encryption, we'll go ahead and try to break this down and make it real easy for you guys. So starting with Private Internet Access, according to their encryption page, by default, Private Internet Access uses AES 128 SHA-1 with a 2048-bit RSA key. Now that is a secure encryption method, but that is not the most secure encryption method by default. But Private Internet Access actually allows you guys to go ahead and up or down your encryption. So with one click, you guys can actually amp up your encryption to the most secure with AES 256 SHA-256 with a 4096-bit RSA key. Now if you guys are not familiar with encryption, that is a highly secure method, and that is actually one of the most secure encryption methods out to date. That is actually highly secure. They're using the SHA-2 method. Now moving on to Torguard. Now by default, Torguard uses AES 256 CBC SHA-1 with a 2048-bit RSA key. Now that is definitely a secure encryption method. Now moving on to AirVPN. Now by default, AirVPN uses AES 256 CBC SHA-1 with a 4096-bit RSA key, which is definitely a secure encryption method. And on top of AirVPN using secure encryption by default, they're the only VPN on this list that has deployed perfect forward secrecy. And PFS is a method that actually renews their encryption keys every 60 minutes. So that means that even if the company was attacked and their cryptographic keys were stolen, that means that those keys would only be able to decrypt the last 60 minutes of traffic from certain users. So the main difference with encryption here is that Private Internet Access actually allows you to upgrade to the SHA-2, which is the newest method of encryption, but AirVPN is actually the most secure in here by default due to the fact that they use perfect forward secrecy, which means even if the private keys got compromised, past connections could not be decrypted. So even though Private Internet Access does utilize SHA-256, the newest method, while AirVPN is on SHA-1, AirVPN still offers perfect forward secrecy, which Private Internet Access and Torguard both do not offer. But if you guys are not familiar with encryption, all three of these VPNs right here are going to be safe right out of the box. Now moving on to jurisdiction. Now where are these VPNs operated out of? Now sadly, Private Internet Access is operated out of the United States of America, which is a part of the 14 Eyes spying program. Moving on, Torguard is also sadly operated out of the United States of America, which as we said is a part of the 14 Eyes spying program. And AirVPN is the only VPN on this list that is operated offshores, and they are operated out of the jurisdiction of Italy. Now moving on, now how many locations can you connect to on these VPNs? Now AirVPN comes in at the bottom of this list, offering only 16 different countries you can connect to. Private Internet Access comes in at number 2 on this list, only offering 24 different countries you can connect to, and Torguard comes in at the top of the list, offering over 50 different countries you can connect to. Now moving on to the features of these VPNs. Now how many simultaneous connections can you have? Can you be running this VPN on your tablet, on your computer, and on your phone all at the same time? Now Private Internet Access offers 5 simultaneous connections. Torguard also offers 5 simultaneous connections. AirVPN comes in on the lower side of this list, offering only 3 simultaneous connections. Now moving on to device support. Now are these VPNs supporting major devices? Now all 3 of these VPNs right here support major devices. They support Windows, Mac, Android, iOS routers. They will go ahead and be supporting all your devices easily. Now moving on, now do these VPNs offer a shared or dedicated IP? Now Private Internet Access and AirVPN only offer shared IP addresses. Now Torguard offers both shared and dedicated IP addresses, but the dedicated IP address does cost a couple of extra bucks. Now moving on, now do these VPNs offer a free proxy? Now both Torguard and AirVPN offer no free proxy, but Private Internet Access comes in on this list offering a free SOCKS 5 proxy that you guys can connect to. Now moving on, now do these VPNs offer a dedicated DNS? Now if you guys are unsure as to why you would want a dedicated DNS, here is a picture of what a DNS leak is. And if you guys can see, a DNS leak is pretty critical. And all three of these VPNs right here do offer a dedicated DNS to ensure that no leaks are occurring. Now moving on, now what payment methods are accepted? Now Private Internet Access offers 8 widely popular methods, including Amazon, Anonymous Bitcoin, Mint, PayPal, bank transfers, and even gift cards. That's right, you guys. You guys can even pay for private internet access with your gift cards. Now, moving on to Torguard. Now, Torguard offers a barrage of different payments. They offer all major credit cards, PayPal, Anonymous Bitcoin, and Payment Wall. And Payment Wall is a payment provider that just offers dozens of different payment methods for different countries. Now, moving on to AirVPN. Now, AirVPN comes in at number 1 in this list, offering the most amount of payment methods acceptable. They offer PayPal, all major credit cards, they offer Bitcoin, and they offer all sorts of different cryptocurrencies, including Litecoin, Blackcoin, Digital Coin, Dogecoin, and just dozens of others. Now moving on to what we're all wondering about is the price. Now moving on to the price of these VPNs. Now to go ahead and make it a little bit simpler for you guys, we're going to go ahead and be rounding up, but the price showed on the screen is the price that you guys will actually pay. So starting with Private Internet Access, their monthly service starts at $7 per month. You can get a 6-month service at $36 per month, and you can get their yearly service at $40 per year. Now moving on to Torguard. Now Torguard offers their bare monthly service at $10 per month, their 3-month service at $20 per month, their 6-month service at $30 per month, and their 1-year service at $60 per month. Now moving on to AirVPN. Now AirVPN prices off of euros, so we're going to go ahead and be doing the current currency conversion. So depending on the day, your guys' prices may vary. So AirVPN actually offers a daily plan at $1.11 per day. They offer a monthly plan at $7.75 per month. They offer a 3-month plan at $16.60. They offer a 6-month plan at $33.20. And they offer a yearly plan at $59.75 per year. So AirVPN right there offers a couple of different packages, and depending on the date and the current currency conversion, it could be a little bit different. Now, which VPN is right for you? Now, this may be a tough one as there's so many things that differ with all three of these VPNs. But personally, for somebody like me, Private Internet Access is great. They have flexible privacy, they have a great list of countries that they can connect to, and they have a great Windows client. On top of that, you just cannot beat their price across the board. But if Private Internet Access being located out of the jurisdiction of the USA and privacy is your number one concern, I would definitely recommend you guys go over to AirVPN. Now, AirVPN takes privacy very seriously. They support perfect forward secrecy, which means that their cryptographic keys renew every 60 seconds. So that means that even if keys got stolen, even if their cryptographic keys got stolen in the futures, all their past sessions cannot be decrypted. So they take privacy very seriously using perfect forward secrecy. And on top of that, they only purchase machines in countries where they can ensure privacy and they do not log. So they actually go ahead and vet all these systems that they use and all the data centers and all the ISPs that they use to ensure that you guys are getting number one privacy. On top of all that, they offer a 3-day plan for €1. I mean, you guys can't really beat that if you guys just want a quick VPN. So perfect forward secrecy takes privacy and encryption extremely seriously, rekeying and renegotiating the keys every 60 minutes. Now, AirVPN does come with a couple of downsides itself. It doesn't offer any kind of free proxy. They only offer 3 simultaneous connections, and they only offer 16 countries you can connect to. So AirVPN is definitely the privacy VPN if you guys are going for it. But if you guys are just looking for a good VPN that respects privacy at a great price, I would personally recommend Private Internet Access. Now, I know that we're not showing Torguard any love on this list, but I would only recommend Torguard to people if you need a list of a lot of countries or maybe a dedicated IP. Other than that, Torguard just seems a little bit pricey to me. So personally, I would recommend Private Internet Access or AirVPN depending on what you guys need this VPN for. Now, that has been our detailed VPN comparison on Private Internet Access versus Torguard versus AirVPN. But if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe to VPNFTW for more comparisons and VPN reviews just like this. But I hope you guys are all out there staying secure.